Hello everyone, my name is CAO ZIYU, EEE2209276, and this is my explanation video for Assignment 1. The title of my game is called The Zoo. This is a creative adventure ball platformer game built with Unity 3D, consisting of 2 levels, with at least 5 minutes of the gameplay each. In this game, the player controls a small ball to travel from the starting point to the end point. The concept of the game is to combine exploration, puzzle solving, and platformer elements in a 3D world. Since I really like the art style of this game, which is called Animal Crossing, so the world is designed with an island, forest, and nature theme, where the players can facing the moving obstacles and also traps. And also here is hidden keys to unlock the process. The story is simple but very meaningful to feed the starving animals. So we can also tell from the menu. In the main menu here, the animals are playing without food. But in the end, they're having a picnic, eating the apples that collected by the players. So let's talk about the main mechanisms inside this game. Firstly is the basic control. Once we play the game, we can find that the ball can move, also can jump, but can only jump for 2 times. Once the ball touches the ground, it can jump again. Also, for the obstacles, we have this kind of swinging axe, and also the rotation woods, moving platform. In the level 2, for the obstacles, we have this kind of rotation stuff, and also the stone fallen. So once the players touch this kind of stuff, they will be add a force, so that if they cannot control well, they will fly away. The key mechanism of the game is to collect the key. In level 1 is hidden here, to proceed to the next levels. The key in level 2 is not hidden, is here to proceed to the next levels. Also, I want to mention is this part. This is actually a 2D zone. Even the whole scene is set inside the 3D version, but we have a 2D camera to move on the x-axis, so that this is actually kind of look like a 2D part. For the level design, this is level 1. So basically, the players is here at the start point. You need to travel through. Here, they will meet a guide, which will tell them about their missions. Is to collect the apples and also a hidden key. So traveling through here, this is the first trap the players meet. The board here will disappear. Then they will meet this kind of swinging axe, and they need to jump through here, jump through this rotation woods, go to this moving platform, from this platform to move to this platform, and this will moves up. They can go to this one, and this one will goes up really high here. They can jump to the cloud to collect the key here. Once they have the key, they can use this platform to return back and connect to this and this platform to get to this one, this island, so that they can go down, go through this mushrooms to this checkpoint, and moves to level 2. For level 2, firstly they need to go through a rock maze, which they will be guided by the apples that they need to collect. And later is this rotation stuff. They need to go inside, wait, and then they can go outside. Later is this 2D zone. They need to play through the 2D zone, and also here they will meet a fallen stone, they need to goes up, climb up. Then it's the last platform that they meet in, that is level 2. They have the moving obstacles. They need to go through the empty part to get the key and to the checky point. As for the creative part, I think the most creative one is this 2D 3D conversion. I refer to the Super Mario Odyssey, a really famous Nintendo game, so that here the 3D version will be converted to 2D, even though the scene is set inside the 3D. So this kind of convert will make our games more colorful. And also in level 1, here I have a disappearing platform. This is referred to one of the Chinese mobile game called 滚动的天空. And also here I have a moving platform. The moving platform is normal, I know, but the moving platform moves up really high to get the hidden key. I think this is quite creative, rather than let the players just go through this part. This is actually also referred to the Super Mario Odyssey, since in Super Mario Odyssey there is one level. If the players climb up really high to an unknown part, they will get abundant of the reward. So this is to reward the players who have the enthusiastic for explorations. I really love this point, so I also add inside my game, which is you need to explore it to the really upper world to get the key to proceed to the next level. Also here, when you get close to this guide, they will have an interaction to tell you about the mission of the game. The NPC interaction. Okay, for the programming techniques, let's start with the player. So here is the ball script of the players. So in the front, we have the basic controls for the players to make the ball can move to the front, left, right, and also jumps, but only for 2 times. Then we have this on collision enter. So once the player touch the ground, they will regain the ability of jump for 2 times. Also, when they touch the platform, they will also regain the ability of jump for 2 times. And also we have this transform parents, so that the parent of the platform will be also the parent of the players, so that the players can move with the platform without being left out. And here we have this compare tag enemies. So once they touch the enemy, they will be at force. So here we set the X as their enemies, so that the force can influence the balls to make them fly away. Also, to make this game easier, I set the force in a quite small force so that they won't fly away. And here, once they exit the platform, the transform parents will disappear, so that the ball is no longer move with the platform anymore. And here we have on trigger enter. This is the display ground, disappear ground. So this is referred to this. This is actually this one. So this is the disappear ground. So that once the player touch it, after the delay, the ground will disappear. So this is for the delay setting. We can also see in the ball script here, I set the delay at 0.5, so that after 0.5, the board will disappear. And also this one, key. So once they collect the key will disappear. And also in other script, the set key status will be true, so that they can proceed to the next level. And here compare tag apples. This is to collect apples and also count apples and also have the sound effect for the apples. Here is the game over. I set the C as the game over. So once they fall off and touch the game over C, so that they need to back to the level start point, reset the game. And here for the next level, once they have the key in the front and they reach the place for the next level, they can proceed to the next level too. This one is here, next level. Okay. And also this is the same to the level 2 for the end. Then let's see the scripts for this X. Where is my script? Here. So basically we have this. This is for the delay setting, so that the swing will start after a few seconds as we set. And this is also for delayed. And here is for the rotation. So basically they are actually like rotation on a plane so that they look like swing. Let's see the in-game inspector setting. So here I made this X swing through the D axis, so it swing like this, and the angle is 60 and the duration will be 3 seconds. And here I make it like negative 60 so that they will swing to this direction first. And also I made the delay start at 1 minute so that they will start at 1 minute later, and for this one they will start 2 minutes later. So let's see what it looks like. Swing first and 1 second and 2 seconds. Okay, now let's see the rotation wood. So this is the script for the rotation wood. So basically is like declare the 3 axes here, and also we set the speed. And this is the axis for the players to choose. So later they will rotation according to the axis that the player choose. So let's see the inspector here. So we choose the y-axis, and the rotation speed is 50. So once we play it, they will rotate through the y-axis. Now let's see the moving platform. So this is the platform itself. We can see that they scale. And for the parent, the scale is 111, so that the shape won't change during the moving. So we have parent here, and we set the moving for the parent, so that once the ball reach here and transform the parent to this one, they can move with the platform as well. And let's see this. So here we have the force delay, like to make the platform stay at the place for some times. And also we have the random delay, like whether we need to make the platform delay for some times, and this is the maximum of the random delay that we can set in the inspector later. And here is about the moving. Let's see inside the inspector. So they are moving through the which axis. For this one, like the axis, and the distance is about what, and the duration, like the time for our round trip. And the force delay for the first one is 0. Let's see the second one. So because the first one need like 30 to travel through the whole trip, so the single trip will be 15. So this one, the delay is 15. So once this one reach this place, you can jump here and this one start to move. And also for this one, we can see the delay is different, and also the distance is different as well. And this is also the moving platforms. And for this one, it's here. So let's see. They start moving. This stays still. And after they reach this one, moves up. And here, for the next level gate, we can see that I add a box collider and its trigger so that we recall the memory of just now in the ball script. We have once on trigger enter, once they like have the key and get close to this one, so that they can goes to the next level 2. As for level 2, basically here, the first rotation stuff, we have this the same as the rotation wood in the first level. So we also set the rotation like axis as the y-axis, and the speed is 20 so that they will rotate through the y-axis. And this one, the stone, is driven by the animation. Once we play it, we can find that the stone is fallen down. And here, for this one, it's the same as the moving platform in level 1, but this time we set as the z-axis, and also the distance, the durations, and also the delay and force delay. So let's see what will it looks like. Once we play it, this one will rotate through the y-axis. The stone is going to fall down, and this is going to move. As for the 2D 3D conversion, here we can see that I actually have 2 cameras. The first is the free look camera and the priority is 20. And the second is the 2D camera, the priority is 10. So basically, without this area, the main camera will choose the free look camera to use. And later, once we enter this area, we call it camera switch zone. It's an empty object, and I add a box collider and resize it to the size of this area. So once the player enter this area, on trigger enter, the priority of the 2D camera will be increased to 20, and the 3D will be decreased to 10. So now they are using the 2D camera, and once they leave it, the camera priority will be changed back. The 2D is 10 and the 3D is 20. So use the 3D one. Let's see here. For the 2D camera, I set the Y and day damping to be 0. So the camera will only move through the x-axis. But for the offset, I set as -10, so that will be a little bit in front of the ball to see it clearly. And here we also have a camera distance, which is the distance to the ball. I set it as 150 to make sure the whole area can be seen clearly. And also the look at, I set as none, so our camera move will be more stable rather than like moving, shaking up and down. For the apple and also for the key, I also have the script, which is the same as the rotation wood, that one. So here they will rotate through y-axis, and also rotation speed will be 100. And to make it like scale up and scale down, I also have a scale script to make it bigger and smaller. So we can see that once they rotate, they will become bigger and smaller as well. As for the NPC, let's firstly see this ship. So I download a plugin called Dialog System, and I add here. We can see in the database, we have this dialog, which is I write and can be shown later. So for this ship, they will use their dialog to show at the top as a hint for the players. So for the player set, I set as the sphere, and for the convert, I set as this ship. And also this part, the trigger, I choose the on trigger enter. So I set a box collider, which is a little bit bigger than the ship itself, you can see here, and click the H trigger. So once the players get close to the ship and enter this box collider area, the ship will have the conversation we see just now. And also let's see another NPCs, for example, like this call. Oh my god. Okay. So this call has an animation. Inside the animator, we can see that I set the basic like the status as the eat. So once we play this, they will eat the grass. And let's see the HUD manager. So for the HUD manager, here is the Apple counts for the score label to use. And also here is the key, so that once they collect the key, the switch will turn on here. So in the ball script here, they can proceed to like move to the next level. So let's see the manager. The manager here is to load the different scenes from level 2, level 1, and the end to make the proceed smooth. Here are the assets that I use. Firstly is the platformer that runs low poly 3D model pack. This is the setup of my world. Second is this mega cute pet zoo. This is for the NPC. Third is this dialog system for Unity, for the dialog system. Fourth is this GUI mono round. This is for the UI for the menu. So in conclusion, this project allowed me to practice what I've learned in Unity development, especially combining creativity with the technical logic. I learned how to handle scene management, collision detection, and UI integration. If I had more time, I would like to add more interactive puzzles and a more polished user interface. But overall, I'm proud of how this game turned out. So, thank you so much for watching.